right, Lagos. And of course, when you hear this tune, it's time for us to talk about best practices within the built environment. Welcome, Lagos, to Build Right. And this show is a program that puts the spotlight on excellence, innovation, and integrity in the building and construction sector right here in Lagos. And you know how we do it every Thursdays at 9:15 all the way till 10. We delve deep into the foundations of smart urban development, responsible construction, and best practices shaping the skyline of Africa's fastest growing city, Lagos. From policy insight and, expert interviews to safety standards, project highlight, and even sustainable building techniques, we bring to you tools to build better, live safer, and even grow smarter. All right, so whether you're an architect, engineer, developer, regulator, or, you're just a Lagos tenement who wants to build his or her own, house, well, this show is for you. My name is Mike James. I'm standing in for Victor Otari, who is unavoidably absent, but it's going to be a great conversation. I've got my guest here on the program, and today we shall be simplifying the building process in Lagos through district officers. Like I said, my guests are here already, and they're well seated. But before we begin the conversation, we'll go on a break. We'll take a message from our partners, and when we return, we shall begin the conversation. Stay here with us.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling, or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos, welcome back to the show. This is Build Right here on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Yes, your platform for informed perspectives and progressive thinking when it comes to, the built environment here in Lagos. Let's do some traffic report real quick before we begin the conversation. Like I said, my guests are here already seated. So we have this one coming in from the Gondo stretch, and talks about appreciable movement, especially from Sherry Roundabout through Igondo. And the return journey from Igondo to Sherry also looking very good. It's moving as expected, no cause for alarm. And navigating Yanoba from the Igondo end as well, no cause for alarm at all. All right, navigating Old Garage, it looks very cool on cam. Connecting the Kotun this morning, well, in its entirety, very good movement is what we are monitoring on the entire stretch of road. All right, so we've been keeping an eye on this one. It's a broken down loaded container laden truck with a bearing problem at Sandfield on Route Tinken Second Gate. That's along the Apapa axis. Traffic managers, I understand, are very much on ground, doing the needful, and it's receiving attention, but not having any effect on the traffic flow at this time. Of course, it's a public holiday, so Lagosians taking their time. Yes, and okay, but we have to be here to do our thing as usual. All right, so speaking about impediments, we've also recorded one along the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. It's a broken down bucket truck having a shaft problem just after Trade Fair Bridge in towards Mile 2. Well, it's currently receiving attention, but not impeding the flow of traffic in that direction. Of course, more news will be coming in as expected. All right, okay, we must talk about this one real quick. And it says there's an impediment just opposite Total Filling Station, Inward Okuku. okay, it has a battery-related problem, a DAF truck that broke down there. It should have been fixed and, moved off that location. All right, so back to the conversation. Build right here on Africa's first authentic traffic radio. My name is Mike James. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. Today, we shall be simplifying the building process in Lagos through district officers. And my guests are here already. I have Town Planner Shofolaho Monsuru Akoni, is Chief Town Planning Officer with LASPA, and District Officer Badagry Central West District Office. Good morning, and good to have you on the show this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Yes, and also in the studio is Builder Arugundade Olajide Michael, my namesake. He's Assistant Director Building with LAPCA and Head Badagry District Office. It's a pleasure having you on the show this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Yes, a very fantastic one to you, and happy Workers' Day to you both.
Great.
Happy New Month as well.
Same with you, sir.
All right, so let's set the ball rolling because of our time. I'd like us to focus a bit on the concluded amnesty initiative for, planning permit approvals for completed buildings in Lagos. How did that campaign go within the Badagry West and Central axis? This is Town Planner Shofolaho.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. So first of all, let us give a thanks to our Excellency Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for being gracious, giving opportunity to Lagosian to come together to make it easier for them in terms of the hardship we have in the country. So he think it twice, and then now bringing in what will relieve them as a relief packaging. So we open the amnesty of as building permit with benefits like waiving of the penalty fee for all the developers who are yet to obtain their building plan approval. So he called them to key into that program.
Right.
And they massively come.
So how was the turnout? How did it turn out?
In fact, the trooping endlessly.
En masse.
Yes.
Okay, let me talk to Builder Arugundade. What about you? How did it, go within your district?
The amnesty program
Yes.
It's a good initiative from Lagos State government, because the amnesty program is only meant for the existing social.
Okay.
So the existing social, those that they don't have approval in the past, so it's an opportunity for them to perfect their documents. And during the amnesty program, there is a very good turn-up at Badagry.
So a lot of people took advantage of that window.
Yes,
okay, now the big question here is, why do I need a planning permit for my building?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mike. Well, it is necessary and it is compulsory for all the developers, in as much as you have intention of erecting structure.
Right.
So you must, it is a law, and we have to follow by the law. So it is important for every individual or even private setup or the organization, public organization, to make sure that before they start constructing any development, they should come to Lagos State LASPA to obtain building planning permit in line with state operative development plan.
So it's a law that must be adhered to.
Definitely.
And considering the fact that, the amnesty window has been closed, do you think it should be extended?
Yeah, I can't say it. No. Yeah, well, either yes or no. The reason for yes is that, it's our people they are satisfied with it, and they are still willing to continue, because most people is not keen in. Maybe because of lack of awareness at times, and the ignorance of the people at times, they didn't listen to that propagation when we started it, but they are wishing for extension. But unfortunately, another way, I don't think it's to be. It's a window.
Okay.
And there is no. If you look at our apartment now, it's not always that we have to open our window. So we only open when there is
a need for it.
When there is a need for it. So, but I think if people come out, in fact, their turn up is okay. But for now, I don't think we suppose the government should relax till at appropriate times.
Okay. All right. So as a district officer for Badagry West and Central LCDAs, let's talk about your responsibilities. Taken from the LASPA perspective, and then I talked to Builder Arugundade. But let's begin with you, Town Planner Shofolaho.
So my responsibility as a district officer in Badagry Center and West is for me to accept and process planning permit, application for planning permit. So after the processing, we have to grant it within a stimulus period to all the developers that apply for it. So as well as we must make sure that the approval we giving to them should be monitored. So to make sure that they built in line with the operative development plan. So those are, and then all the assignments, because I have approval limit. Or I used to prepare recommendation, concurrent recommendation for the superiors to the SD, the directors and GM then, based on commission a concurrent recommendation for granting approval.
So that's on that last bar. And
Yes,
of course, monitoring. Is it from the inception to the conclusion of the
No, not that.
Okay.
We
What's
just
monitoring process
just
like?
once in a while we used to go out to look at their compliance at times.
Okay.
Or some people might be pasting wrong planning permit number, so fake. So we need to ascertain that if you observe anything that is irregular at times, we used to go out to monitor such activities and to make them to comply by the law.
All right, so Builder Arugundade, I'd like you to take my listeners through your responsibilities under LABCA as a builder. What's your core responsibility?
Thanks, Mr. Mike. As a district, my role and responsibility is to identify the legal structure within the Badagry Center and Badagry West and to bring them to compliance. And to monitoring and my role is monitoring and certification of various stage of building construction. And to identify the distress and a non-conformity building within the district, and to make sure to ensure that the developer or the building owner comply with the rule and regulation as stated in the regulation.
So it's part of ensuring compliance. Yes. Okay. So I would like us to move on real quick. Let's take it from a broader perspective now. Now, for those who are not familiar with Badagry West and Central, I would like you to take us on an excursion through the locality now. Which communities fall under your jurisdiction? Let me begin with Builder Arugundade. Talk to my listeners.
Thanks, Mr. Mike. Within some of the notable town in my district, but Badagry West, we have Seme.
Okay, Seme.
We have Seme, we have Owode, we have Baji, and Apa. That's the four major towns in Badagry West.
Let's take it again. Seme, Owode,
Apa, and Baji.
And Baji.
That's just the major town in Badagry West.
Okay.
But when you are talking about the Badagry Center as a whole,
yes,
we have Badagry Town, we have Ajara, we have Obita, we have Igborosun,
okay,
we have Iragon.
Okay. That it stops at Iragon.
Oh, we still have a lot of them.
Okay.
Like we're talking about the.
Yes,
let me just emphasize for the we are talking about the Badagry.
Yes.
Our boundary to the north, we share Badi with Ogun State.
Oh, okay.
So to the east, we have Bishop Badi with the Olonda SCDA. To the south, we have Atlantic Ocean. To the west, Benin Republic. Those are our boundaries.
Okay, so town planner Shofalao,
Yes,
do you fall under the same jurisdiction?
Yes. He has said a lot. He has said most of that community within the Badagry Central and the West. So in addition to what he has said, we have Lupo community, we have Erikiti community, we have Toga, Ikoga, Ajido. So we have Agbon, Wipe. So there are many like that.
Okay.
So Let's set the fuel.
All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right is the show, and together we're simplifying the building process in Lagos through district officers. My guests, you've been listening to them, eloquent. Town Planner Shofalao Monsuru Akoni, Chief Town Planning Officer with LASPA, and District Officer Badagry Central, Badagry West District Office, and also his builder Arogundade Olajide Michael. He's Assistant Director Building, LABCA, and Head Badagry District Office. All right, and a quick one, traffic report, just to remind you that we've got our eyes on the situation, especially along the Lagos Badagry Expressway, where we have recorded a broken down truck having a battery problem opposite Total Filling Station inwards Okuku. It's affecting vehicular movement from Yanosashi, but effort is on to have it fixed as quickly as possible so it can be moved off that location. And from there, we'll take a detour to Apapa, where we are monitoring the impediment. It's a broken down loaded container laden truck with a bearing problem at Stanfield inward Tinkan second gate. Traffic minders on ground doing the needful, and it's also receiving attention. Let's go on a break, a very quick one. When we come back, we shall continue the conversation. Stay here with us.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Plan and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling, or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Igbega Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Ajumosheni, announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to the show. It's Build Right. This great Thursday morning. It's the very first day in the month of May 2025. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. You haven't missed much, but hey, we're simplifying the building process in Lagos through district officers, and I have my guests here in the studio already from LASPA and LABCA. All right, then, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of your profession now. Taking it from the angle of LASPA, let's come to some of your direct responsibilities, which is the issuance of permits. How many types of permits do we have under LASPA? Town Planner Shofalao.
Yeah, we have two types of permit.
Okay, tell us.
We have full permit, which is we have full permit.
Full permit, okay.
And we have provisional permit.
Provisional permit.
Planning permit, yes.
Oh, tell us about this too.
Yeah, the provisional planning permit is applying by the developers or owner of the property that doesn't have title document like say of a governor consent.
Okay.
That if you have only money received, that is purchase receipt or deed of assignment.
Okay.
So you are allowed with daily stamp duty. You are allowed to apply for provisional permit.
Oh, okay.
So before you can go along to where you can furthermore to go and do your approval and processing.
Okay.
So thereafter we can bring it along to us. Then we now issue the full planning permit for you.
Okay.
So without title document, you cannot apply for full planning permit. You only issue you provisional planning permit. So why full planning permit or final permit means that okay, you have obtained the certificate of occupancy from the state government.
Okay.
Or you have governor, because any title you have that is registered with Lagos State Land Bureau, so you are entitled to apply for full planning permit.
Okay, so I'd like you to take us through the process of getting a permit from LASPA. break it down to my listeners who are, thinking about getting one, who wants to start erecting a structure. So how do they go about it?
So for a prospective developer who
Yes.
is willing to apply for the building plan and permit.
Absolutely.
So the first thing to do is to have your survey plan.
Survey plan.
Survey plan, yes.
First of all.
So
Okay.
that's the time you bring it to our office for charting to know the status of the land and to tell you for that the zoning,
Okay.
so the use of that land, so and the height you can go, then the density. So
So that's
that's the essence of the survey plan charting.
So
the-
without that, you're not going to attend to me at all.
at all. So that's the first thing to do.
Okay.
So after we clear you from charting, you now bring along your architectural drawing, the screened one by the architect from the LAPCA. They must clear that architectural that is what you bring in is okay, is standard to what we are needed we need for planning permit. So after the clearance, then you further bring you now come for the assessment.
Okay.
You come for the assessment, and we visit your site for the assessment to know that okay, let's see the land.
What does the assessment entail?
That is the demand notice
Okay.
of that will tell us the volume of your construction, the volume of your construction, then the location. So we work the assessment based on that. So after that, then if we cleared you and you made some payment, then you bring along the architecture and the other document like structural drawing with stability letter or with the supervision letter from the engineer. So that one is meant for, if it is bungalow, you don't need the structural drawing.
Okay.
So if it is a story building, let's say 2 floor, you need 2 floor, that is one story building. It means that you need the structural drawing.
Okay.
If it's an existing building, you only need the structural stability letter from the engineer, qualified engineer, the current engineer. So then if you are going more than that,
Okay.
like 2, 3
story.
yeah, so you have to do mechanical and electrical drawing, cleared one by those Dixit
Mechanical and
engineers.
electrical. So
Yes.
if I'm erecting a plaza now, 4 stories, 5 stories?
Definitely, you must go to you must do the architect on the structural and electrical and the mechanical and electrical drawing. Even if it is an existing building, you go for non-destructive tests
Okay,
to
non-destructive
know the
test.
stability of that existing building.
Okay.
Of that sort.
Okay, so someone is asking a question. Having brought all these documents to LASPA and ensuring that they're all accurate, how long will it take to get the permit?
So yeah, thank you.
How long is it supposed
In as
to take?
much
Yes.
your document is being screened perfectly, so you don't have any outstanding within 10 working days, because LASPA has they are concluded on what we call 10-day deal.
10-day deal.
Yes,
Which
10
is being strictly adhered to.
10 working days. Within 10 working days, you may conclude your building planning permit process.
And I get the planning.
Definitely,
permit.
yes, get it.
Okay, so let me talk to Builder Arungudade. Yes. Now, if I buy a piece of land with the intention of using it for a restaurant, of course for commercial purpose, at what point would I need your service at LAPCA?
Thank you, Mr. Mike. The whole process starts from LAPCA. So what you do first, if it's a bungalow, you engage the service of
An architect?
an architect
Okay.
to produce the architectural drawing for you. If it's a 2-floor, you will need both architectural and structural drawing. If it is 3 floors above, you will need architectural drawing, structural, electrical, and mechanical. So by the time you are through, so that's why I said the whole process starts from LAPCA. So you come along with your drawing into the office. We have a screen officers in LAPCA that are saddled with that responsibility. So what they will do, they will look at the drawings,
Okay.
whether you comply with the required standard. They will check the setback, they will check the airspace, whether you are fully compliant. So when you are through and your drawings is approved by the Lagos State Building Control Agency staff, LAPCA, the screen officer, they will now refer you to the LASPA to start your process,
Right.
the planning permit. So when you are done, the law say you are supposed to obtain the building permit before any construction.
Will begin. So now the whole process starts with
Yes.
LAPCA.
So when you are through with that one now, you will now apply for intention to commence construction. You write the application to our address to the general manager,
Is
Lagos
that
State
on
Building Control Agency.
Okay.
So you now attach the planning permit and some other relevant document
Okay.
within 2 days. So they will grant you the authorization to commence construction. So at different stage of development,
Right.
because LAPCA is a professional agency.
Absolutely.
They have a registered architect, registered builder, registered engineer, registered
All under
mechanical
LAPCA.
engineer under LAPCA. So it's a
Okay.
professional ministry. So different stage of development. When you are done with your foundation, we will come and inspect. That's what they call a stage certification, inspection and certification.
Oh, good.
So we now give you go ahead to proceed to the next stage
Which is
in LAPCA. So that's how we operate.
so. But in a nutshell, what you're saying is the whole process begins with
From
LAPCA,
LAPCA and every LAPCA.
architectural design.
Yes.
For approval. Once that's been approved, then I go to
LASPA.
Town Planner Shofalao and the
Exactly.
crew at LASPA. Okay, so if I lose my planning permit, can it be replaced? Because that's one big question going through the minds of my listeners now.
Definitely, if you lose your planning permit, so you can apply for certified true copy.
What did you call it?
Certified true copy.
Certified
True copy.
True copy.
Yeah. Through last peak,
Okay.
Lagos State Physical Planning Information Center.
Oh, so that's where I go to apply.
Yes, at the
so
same
what
time-
are the documents I need to go with? Do I just go there and say, hey, I lost my permit?
You need the evidence of the proof of ownership that you are the owner. If you have copy of it or don't have copy, just give the details of your names, the address of the property.
Okay.
So will be used to trace your certified one with all the it will go into the processing and then we issue it at appropriate times.
So what do I get? I get a planning permit back,
You
as
get
it were, or do I get something
you
else?
guys certified true copy of planning permit.
Certified true
True copy,
copy.
yes.
Okay, but what if I sell my property? Does the fiscal planning permit belong to me or the person I'm selling it to?
No, you have to do the change. If you sell your property to another person,
Yes.
then you have obtained planning permit on it already. So definitely
name and
with your name, yes,
everything, yes.
definitely the new owner has to go and do the change of name.
Oh, change of name.
Yes, can come to us, go and do
Is
the
it
change
on
of name.
all the documents or just the planning permit?
What is that all development in terms of lands title or what?
Yes, all together.
It's possible that you do governor consent now.
Okay.
If you have say of own on it, you do governor consent through land bureaus. So thereafter, you can bring those evidence to us, because we definitely know that the owner, the buyer now, the assignee,
Right.
will definitely do his own title on his name, and it will be done by the land bureau. So
Land
thereafter, you can bring that evidence to the last part
Okay.
and say, okay, you want to do the change of name, or if you want to change the structure, you can apply with that your particular name that okay, you are remodeling this building.
Okay.
So name. So with that, we will do the necessary for you.
Okay, Bioda Arugunade, where does LAPCA come in this process? Does LAPCA have a role to play here?
Majorly is responsibility of LASPA.
LASPA. So if I'm to sell my
the one that
building,
issue the planning permit.
the planning permit.
not
So-
LAPCA.
all right, Lagos, Nigeria, simplifying the building process in Lagos through district officers. That's what we're talking about this morning on Build Right. Let's see. The phone lines are open. Let's see if we can take one or two calls. 0915 387 7127. 0915 387 7127. 0809 912 0777. And don't forget the WhatsApp is up and running. You can send in your messages via WhatsApp. So I've got some messages here, and this one here reads, good morning, happy Workers' Day. Please, my father started a house 10 years ago without approval. Can I regularize it now, or will LAPCA demolish it? This is coming in from Kola in Agbado.
Why? It depends on, is it completed building or under construction?
No, he said he started the house 10 years ago without approval. So
Okay.
he is asking if we can regularize it now.
Definitely. That is the reason why the governor opened the window for them, for so many people last year. of which some people gain from it, but you can still go ahead, but it's going to be penalized.
You'll be penalized. So it's going to pay a fine.
Definitely, because the window is being
It's
closed.
closed already. Too bad, caller. All right, so another question here reads, and this one's coming in from Henry Henry in Surulere. All right, I almost mixed that up. Says, can someone with only a survey plan start building legally in Badagry?
With only survey plan?
With only survey plan?
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible. What happens if I go ahead without your consent?
If you are called, you are going to be penalized.
Ooh.
Because immediately you buy any land and you have your survey plan, you have to bring it to the town planning office for charting to tell you, okay, this is the direction you will go. Don't build residential where we are now, where it's not meant for residential. So don't be commercial where it's not meant for commercial. So you have to be, if you do it, you have contravened with the law. So if you are caught, you are going to be penalized.
So will my building be demolished, or will I only have to pay a fine?
No, it's not necessary that we demolish unless the building is not in the sand. It's not structurally sound.
Okay.
So, and we revert them to LAPCA
All right.
for further processing on it.
Okay, so we have this one here that reads, good morning, Mike James and the town planners in the house. Please, a young man in Badagry, Ibereku, to be precise, wants to start a 2-bedroom project. What documentation does he need? This from Nonayo in Agege.
Is it bungalow? Or if it is bungalow,
Yes, okay.
doesn't need much requirement. The survey plan, charted one, the architectural drawing, cleared one, then the purchase receipt or title document. So thereafter, the LOPA, land use plan analysis report, then the tax clearance of that the applicant. So all with then you do the sworn affidavit of indemnity.
Indemnity.
To indemnify Lagos State that these properties belong to you, so you know to avoid any future problem.
So, but doesn't he still need to go to LAPCA in the first place?
No. He has to go to LAPCA to clear the structure, the architectural drawing.
Right.
Because LAPCA people, they are professionals over there that will screen the drawing.
Definitely.
We are the town planner. We don't screen the drawing. So all the architectural aspect of it, the LAPCA architect, we look at it and screen it that it is okay before we can go ahead on it. So that's the essence of going to them before coming back to us. But firstly, they have to come to us with their survey plan to tell them where to build or what to build on the land. So before we send them, they will direction to the LAPCA for screening.
Office. Okay, so what's the validity period for planning permits in Lagos State?
Yeah, as long as you obtain your planning permit today, or let's say 2 years ago, and it's still with you, you didn't start the construction. So automatically it has expired after 2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
Yes, it has expired. So you have to come back for revalidation.
So if I haven't even started, or maybe I've built up the foundation.
Or if you commence, if you commence, there's no problem. You can go ahead with it. Is it valid? But if you not commence and you leave it the way it is, vacant, so you need to bring it back for revalidation.
Oh wow. So, okay. All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Keep the calls and the messages coming in. 0915 387 7127 for calls, and on WhatsApp 0809 9120 777. All right, then this one's coming in from Ojo, and it talks about the situation along Ableado, and says after concerted efforts by traffic officers, Ableado now looks good for vehicular movement on both the service lane and the main carriageway, while traffic managers well positioned for adequate monitoring in case of any eventuality. It looks like we had an issue there earlier, but things have been, resolved. Normalcy has been restored to the Ableado stretch. All right, and big ups to the traffic managers there. All right, so a quick one from Mile 2, from the second rainbow end towards Mile 2, okay, down to Wharf. Good movement is what we are monitoring. And underneath Mile 2 bridge looks good to connect Doba Junction, Maza, and the entire stretch. Just as we have it on the return journey from Maza towards Total Fuel Station, Ecomog, connecting Alabasuru, Alakija environment still looks good to use this morning, connecting Mile 2 all the way to Ableado. No cause for alarm from the Alakija end. All right, the Apple Junction corridor equally looks very good, quite clear this morning. Of course, Lagos looking very, very calm this morning, traffic-wise. Our time is fast spent, I must confess. But then, how can people get in touch with you? Let me begin with Builder Arugundade. How can
Thank you,
my
Mr.
listeners get in touch with you?
Mr. Mike, our office at Badagry is located at Lagos State Minister of Works Yard.
Ministry of Works.
Minister of Works Yard. Along General Hospital Badagry.
Okay.
Yes, that's our office.
Okay. And Town Planner Shoflao.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mike. So our office is located at Marina GRA Road,
Okay.
directly opposite Badagry Police Station.
Okay.
So GRA Badagry.
So before I let you go, what's your advice to the listening public when it has to do with, fiscal planning permits in Lagos State?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mike. So my advice to my people in Lagos State is that before you embark on any construction, you must try as much as possible to contact LASPA office, either our headquarters at the GRA here in Ikeja, opposite SOA filling station. Contact them, make inquiry, or you come directly to every district office that is closer to you to make inquiry, and make sure you do not patronize out. If not, you go astray. So it's better you come to them. So we'll give you more enlightening what you don't know about the planning permit processing. So at the end of the day, you will be happy.
All right, and to you, Builder Arugundade, for one who wants to commence a building, what advice would you give to such person?
I will advise our good people of Lagos State that they should make sure they always do the right thing. Before commence any construction, let them make sure that they apply for the planning permit and to come to the LAPCA so that LAPCA can be coming to check to monitor their building construction so that they make sure they do the right thing. And in all our construction sites that are ongoing, they should engage the services of registered professionals that know the nitty-gritty, that have the vast experience, so that this will avert the issue of collapses of building.
All right, I must say a very, very big thank you to you two for coming on board the program this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Man.
Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, we've been able to simplify the building process in Lagos through district officers. And a big thank you to my guest, Town Planner Shoflao Monsuru Akoni is Chief Town Planning Officer with LASPA and District Officer Badagry Central West District Office. And also, I have had Builder Arugundade Oladeji Michael. Olajide Michael, I beg your pardon, Assistant Director Building, LAPCA, and Head Badagry District Office. Thank you so much once more for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Mike.
So I must say a very, very big thank you to Remy Aluko of the Social Media Department. Thank you so much, and also not forgetting Kausar here in the studio as well, who has assisted in production, and to Victor Terry, and my executive producer is Tayo Akonle. And yes, let's not forget that Build Right is brought to you by, let's see, he's trying to fix one or two things there. The system here is just messing up. Okay, so this show will come your way. Build Rights is brought to you by the Office of the Special Advisor, EGIS and Urban Development, in partnership with Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. And the show will come your way again next week, Thursday, at exactly 9:15 in the morning. But you then have yourself a wonderful week, wonderful weekend, and a beautiful week ahead. My name is Mike James, still very much around.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right.